My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders.
These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line.
This is going to be a live trading video here, locking in over $1,000 on this trade.
Wow, I'd love to get in on this.
Technical insights that really look good to me.
Here we go. We're live.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Real quick, can you guys hear me? Is everything okay in the audio and visual section? I just want to make sure. Looks like my mic is going. How are you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Let me know in the chat real quick if everything looks and sounds okay. I'm excited to be back, taking a look at markets with you and checking out what's going on here today. So the title of today's video is basically talking about the dollar and talking about gold. What's going on here? So we actually saw a little bit of a dip here in the early session or early parts of the New York session here. So let's see what we can talk about with DXY. So we're starting with the US dollar here today, just to get a bigger picture as to what is the latest. So the dollar is doing some interesting stuff. I actually wanted to start fresh here today. So I have a chart with nothing on it for now. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this US dollar chart and see if we can do anything with it. Okay, cool. Thank you for the feedback. Denise says she can hear it all right. Okay, cool. Should I buy or sell? You should probably come up with your own strategy and approach and understanding of why you would do what. Let me just give you a quick little reminder. Of course, these streams are not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money and your account. And also, I think that if you seriously want to be a trader, jumping into live calls and chats and just asking for a signal like, hey, tell me where to buy or sell, it's not going to make you a profitable trader. If you're serious about this stuff, learn the craft, take the time. Asking, oh, should I buy or sell doesn't leave you with anything. It maybe gives you a hint short term, but what if you want to make your own decisions and you don't have anyone to ask? And, there's no winning long term just by asking people for a signal or asking for them to tell you where things are going. Our goal with these streams is I'll show you what I do each day, part of my process for picking the trades that I pick. And then hopefully you can go make your own decisions. You can go employ some of the concepts that you test yourself and figure out about, right? But I would just encourage you, be self-reliant when it comes to trading. Don't look to other people to give you answers. It's a really tough way to approach the markets. Anyways, let's talk about the dollar. So I'm going to give you guys my take on the dollar here today. A couple things that we can talk about is that on the dollar, we do have sort of a pretty healthy RSI. So we don't see any RSI divergence. We do see a nice increase on the chart. So you can see we are seeing higher lows coming into this market. Now, a question right here, this is kind of your question mark for the day, is the dollar going to make a lower push here? And that's kind of the question. So we do have, RSI increasing. We've got demand coming into this market. It's just a question of whether or not this thing can break sort of support as we do see a little bit of a sell-off here coming into today. I actually got stopped out of two trades. One was for a profit, one was for a loss. So I'm just about break even on the day today. But I do have another trade that I'm looking at. So maybe we'll talk about that in a second. But I like to talk first about the dollar just to get an idea of what the US dollar is up to, as it is the most heavily traded currency and one that I personally actively trade myself. So I wanted to point out this little area. So what we had happen was we had a little bit of consolidation and to the bulls' credit, right? We found really good support here, actually putting in a triple bottom. So you had number 1, number 2, and 3. All of these points held very strongly for the buyers. You can see we had some rejection along the bottom and basically buyers stepped in and pushed this thing higher. Now we got the breakout, right? We got the breakout, we got the pullback, we got the break higher, right? It was sort of not the strongest move, but still a move nonetheless. And now we're seeing the pullback now. So I actually think that there may be some buying opportunities here. That's my personal opinion. Again, you've got that triple bottom, you've got the breakout higher. Now, to me, these are pullback opportunities to look for higher pricing. Now, is that a guarantee that that is going to work out? No, I wish it was. I wish markets were that easy, but we don't know with any certainty where the markets are going. If we get something drastic in the news or something that really changes the market's direction, the dollar could come crashing down and break underneath these. But to me, it's not about knowing where the market's going to go next. It's about stacking the odds, right? Stacking the probabilities and saying, okay, well, for reasons X, Y, and Z, I think that the market is going up or down, and here's where I would be willing to take a risk, right? As traders, we, one of my favorite expressions when it comes to trading is a lot of times, the average person will ask you, well, Nick, where do you think this market's going? Or where do you think the stock market's going to crash? You get all these questions. And the truth is, as an active participant in the markets, my job is not to predict the future. My job is not to be a magician. My job is to be a risk manager. Basically, I'm saying, okay, I like this area. Sure. That would be an area where maybe I'm looking to say, okay, from here, maybe we can look to be bullish on the dollar, maybe a move up to here, reasonable expectations if this thing were to continue to trend higher, right? Maybe you see that pullback hold and we break out of resistance and make a move back up to our next zone of supply. That's your risk, or sorry, that's your reward, right? So you have to think, this is the upside. Now, what is the downside? Where can I reasonably risk? Am I going to risk massively to the downside? Probably not, or at least my style of trading is to say, okay, well, my goal here now is to risk as little as reasonably possible relative to the reward that I could potentially get. So like I said, I am net bullish on the dollar. I have been bullish on the dollar for a few months now. And I'm net looking for this thing to continue to climb. That gives me a chance to say, okay, well, I can go for something like this, which is almost a 3-to-1. So I can risk relatively small and look for potential upside there. Does that make sense? Hopefully that concept makes sense and resonates with some of you guys here on this Wednesday morning. Again, remember, as traders, I want you to just kind of resonate with this thing because this is important. As traders, we are not magicians. We're not here to predict the market all day long. We are here to manage risk and to place the best probability-based trades that we can. We don't know with any certainty where the markets are going. That's why so often trading and day trading, swing trading gets such an ugly reputation, is because people think, oh, that's silly trying to predict everywhere the market's going to go. But the reality is that successful traders are not trying to predict every single move of the market. They're just trying to adapt and trade responsibly, manage risk. And every once in a while, they'll have really great win streaks that, they pay the bills. That's kind of the idea that I think many new traders miss, is they think, oh, the idea of being an active trader is that these guys know where the market's going all the time. And the truth is, no, we definitely don't, right? Gaming D says it's true. Don't try to predict. Predicting is the toughest thing to do in markets, right? The markets have so many extra variables that we can't possibly take into consideration. What goes into seeing this chart go higher or lower? It's not just support and resistance. It's not just head and shoulders patterns or technicals or indicators. There's nothing magical about, charting by itself. Charting is one piece of the puzzle. You've also got fundamental analysis and Twitter feeds that can change the direction of the markets. Remember when Donald Trump would tweet every once in a while and it would cause the markets to go crazy, right? There's just extra variables that sometimes you can't fully account for. I did take a short on Euro USD just this morning, so I'm still in this trade, or I just got into this trade recently. And check this out. We can actually draw this. Let's do this. So let me update my chart here on Euro USD. So we're taking a look at the Euro, and the Euro here looks kind of interesting to me. So I have been trading the Euro quite a bit. I like the Euro at this area. I'm looking to see, I've taken a very small risk here on this trade. This is a real trade. These are real, when I show you guys trades on my account, they're not fake. I understand, by the way, sometimes I'll get comments here. People are like, Nick, why do you trade, small positions or whatever? And the truth is, I'm not ashamed of taking, the trades that I take or the sides that I take. Sometimes I'll take, 1 lot trades or 0.20 lot trades. Like, it really depends more. As a swing trader, my lot size happens to be smaller, because remember, as a swing trader, it's different than a day trader. A day trader might use 1 lot and they may, risk 15 pips. But me as a swing trader, I'll risk 25, 35, 50 pips. So my lot size has to be smaller to account for that added distance, right? Because if I put a stop loss up here and I used a 1 lot, it would be a huge, huge risk, right? So you have to put things in perspective as a swing trader. But anyways, I am risking very small on this trade, especially. So I'm just taking a position here on this zone here. I like that as a potential sell zone. We'll see if it works out. Now, the idea here being that we did get this big engulfing candle, or not necessarily engulfing, but a big, strong red candle there, basically found resistance up here at a triple top, right? So we had a triple top formation there. Sellers came in 3 times, retraced the buying, and then bam, big move there pretty recently. Now, on the retracement the first time, I thought about adding. I did not add. Would have been really nice, would have looked really good, but I took actually a trade back here. I ended up closing that trade for profit. So I closed that for profit. And now on the retracement, I am back in the trade trying to look for some downside. This is a trade that I called inside of our Discord. If you're not in our Discord, let me get that for you. So here's the thing. So, okay. So here's the call I made actually just this morning. So you guys are getting a look at one of my recent trades. So I actually ended up going back in on my Euro USD short. So I made some money on Euro dollar already this week. Took some profit overnight last night. So we will see if we can catch another move there. But either ways, again, risking small so that if it doesn't work out, it's not going to kill me. Euro USD, like I said, short at resistance here today. That is my setup. I've been talking about the euro quite a bit, so we'll see if how that goes. So yeah. So one thing also is, let me see if I can get this for you. So let me drop something for you guys really quick in the chat. Let me see if I can. There we go. Copy link address. Okay, yeah. So if you'd like to join the Discord, I just dropped it. Oh, that did not look as good as I was hoping it would. Hold on, let me try that again. Why did that give me like a ginormous link? There we go. Okay, let me try this again. Here is a link for you guys. There's your Discord link. If you guys would like to join the Discord, you can click right there. Let me remove the other link because that looks terrible. There we go. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, there's a bunch of free stuff in there. You can't see the trades that I'm taking as a free member, but you can get access to a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to be doing some free updates and analysis in there as well. So if you'd like to join the Discord, I just dropped the link for you in the chat. So if you're watching here with me live, just go to the chat box and I just pinned the message at the top of the stream. You can go there and just click that, and then you will be added to the Discord so you can check out some of the stuff that we are doing in there. Let me just really quick make sure. I just want to make sure that link is actually working for you. And then put it on the A1 trading stream as well. There we go. Yeah. So join us in the Discord. We're trying to just offer more free stuff in there. Of course, Discord for members, for those of you guys who are already members with us, don't worry. We still are reserving all the really good stuff for our members there. But for the people who are just looking for some extra tips and tricks and some like downloadable PDFs and things like that, there's a whole bunch of free stuff for you in the Discord. So click it there and get in there. But Nick, your Telegram isn't active. We do have a very active Telegram. It is linked down below in the description. The only Telegram that we have is linked in the description. There are a couple fake profiles and fake accounts on Telegram, but please know I don't message people pretty much ever. Like I don't message people on Telegram, and I rarely sort of answer DMs. It's not like me trying to be mean or anything like that. I just get quite a few of them. And we have a team that basically handles like all the support questions and things like that, which you can contact them at a1trading.com. Just go to the contact us page and you can send us a message if you need help with something. But anyways, yeah, that's my Euro USD position right now today. We'll see. I'm risking very small. I think I'm risking $80 or $90 on the trade, which is small. I have a couple different positions that I'm trying to pick up today. Any trades that I take will be shared inside of the Discord, by the way, for those of you who are VIP members. So check it out there if you have not already. Link is down below in the description if you would like to sign up for the premium version. So with that said, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some of the other markets out there. Maybe we'll come back to the Euro USD position, see if things can progress anywhere from here. We do have the New York session starting in 30 minutes. 15 minutes. I would expect that to really get going here in just a little bit then. And what I mean by that is, just so you guys know, see this number right here? Actually, you kind of can't see it behind the banner, but it's 9:15 in this time. Thank you, Chandler. Yeah, so now you can see it. So there is 9:15, right? When that gets to 9:30, that's going to be the start of the stock market, right? In the U.S., the stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern. And you might say, well, I don't trade stocks. Why does that matter to me? But the point is actually, the stock market opening has a big potential movement for the currency market. It actually causes a whole bunch of volatility because traders are coming in and they're pricing stocks, and that causes a lot of people to hence, price in currencies and things like that. So be ready for that. Usually at 9:30 a.m. US Eastern, if you watch the charts, even the US dollar, the Australian dollar, they all start to move a little bit extra. So keeping that in mind, we will maybe come back and check things out. Look at that. I'm up 36 cents, or I was. Maybe I should just close now and make a 36-cent loss. Let's keep going. We'll take a look at pound dollar here today. So the pound dollar, nice little move to the upside there. Let's try and start fresh here. So pound dollar, I do like this one, or I like the pound, and I also like the dollar. So I've mentioned this the last couple streams. I don't have a huge trade bias on the actual pound against the dollar, but I like the pound against things like the yen, the pound against the Swiss franc. I think that there may be some decent trading opportunities in that area. As we come into today's price action, though, you may be seeing a little bit of an opportunity for some dip buying if you are super bullish on the old pound dollar. Maybe we're seeing an opportunity here. Nice little trending structure here to the upside there for the pound bulls. But again, nice little supportive structure here, retest of support, and that 38.2% retracement. So that could be an interesting area to watch. Maybe, if I was looking at this thing, if I had to take a trade, I'd say a pound dollar long here with a stop somewhere underneath structure. That actually kind of makes sense to me from just a technical perspective. But remember, when I'm talking about my trading setups on these streams, I am a technical trader. I use technical analysis as part of my analysis, but it's not the only thing I look at. I also look at fundamental analysis and one other thing, which is sentiment analysis. You might ask, well, what are these two? Well, this right here, fundamental analysis, if you're newer to Forex, fundamental analysis, technical analysis is charting, right? Everyone knows technical analysis. This is like the first thing every newbie trader learns is like, trend lines and moving averages and things like that, right? That's the simple stuff. The fundamental and the sentiment analysis gets a little bit trickier, truthfully. So when it comes to fundamental analysis, you're talking about unemployment figures, you're talking about GDP growth, you're talking about monetary policy tightening or loosening in a country, right? And this requires a lot more time, in my opinion. It's much more difficult than this, but it adds a ton of clarity in my trading. If you would like to learn about fundamental analysis, that is something that we talk very frequently about inside of our private Discord community, which will be linked down below in the description. That is not something that I can just do in quick successions on streams. I try and give nuggets here and there, but if you're really looking to sort of learn how to actually employ those concepts and put them into action, for those of you guys who are already members, you can actually go to the education section on Discord for the premium members, and you can download my strategy and read all about my fundamental analysis approach if you would like to get some sort of content to look into. And then also sentiment analysis, which is things like retail trading sentiment and COT reports and looking at what institutional traders are doing, right? The smart money, and separating it from what the retail traders are doing. Speaking of that, why don't we go take a look at that? I'm going to go over to our website. This is a1trading.com. You guys can use this site anytime you would like. This is our website. We've put in countless hours to build this site. It may not look like it, but trust me, it looks a whole lot better than when I first started web development. I think it looks pretty decent today. So anyways, yeah, you can join the community if you want to read up on it. There's a bunch of trading software you can download. If you're looking for a broker, there's some broker selections that may be helpful too. But anyways, what I'm actually going to look at first is I'd like to look at the retail sentiment tab right here on the front page. So again, head over to a1trading.com. You can see it written right there. I'm going to go to the retail sentiment page. And by the way, a lot of people have this bookmarked. You guys can come to the site, bookmark it for yourself, and use it every day. I know several traders, myself included, use this on a frequent basis just to get perspective on trades that you're looking at without going through every single piece of data. These charts and tables make it a lot easier. But anyways, I wanted to look at the pound dollar. So I'm kind of mixed on the pound dollar. And look at this. This is really mixed as well. When you look at the pound dollar, you've got 51% and 48% long and short by the average retail trader. Remember that the average retail trader loses money. So if you have that going on, it's not super interesting, in my opinion. Eric says, how do I get funded? Through a rigorous process with one of those funding programs that are out there. I'm personally not a funded trader. I have my own capital, fortunately, but I understand that not everyone is in that situation. They're looking for trading capital, and there are some funding programs that are available out there. You could check them out. There is actually the sponsor of today's stream, which is Traders Central. There is a link down below in the description if you'd like to check them out. I think that they have one of the better programs available. So I would actually encourage you, if you are looking into a funding program, check out Traders Central. It's linked down below in the description. I believe it is one of the first couple links there. But check them out. Let them know I sent you. But they actually have a really cool program. I believe you can read up all about it down below in the description. But definitely worth checking them out. So you guys like the site? Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. The site, I'm telling you, man, it may not look like the most, but we've spent so many hours programming it and writing it. So thank you for the support. So pound dollar, not super interesting, but that euro dollar, I liked this a lot when I took my trade. You can actually see that retail traders are mostly long on euro USD, right? They're trying to buy this thing. Whereas I kind of like that from a perspective of looking to short it. Because if I know the average trader here is going long on euro dollar, that gives me a little added boost of like, okay, well, if I know the crowd, the people that, inherently lose money, which I'm not saying that to be mean, it's just the truth, right? We know they lose money and they're all piling into long trades. That gives me a slight bias to be like, oh, you know what? When I look at Euro USD, I'm going to be short biased, right? If I know all the retail traders are trying to buy this, right? Then to me, it's like, okay, I'm going to just go against that. I think that makes me a little bit extra comfortable to know that I'm going with institutional traders instead of retail traders. And I know it's institutional traders, not just because the retail traders are picking up longs, but also because the COT report data, the most recent one, has actually really shown an increase in buying for the last few weeks on the dollar and an increase in selling on the euro. So you combine all those things, again, fundamental analysis, sentiment analysis, technical analysis. That's all telling me short bias on the euro. I know Ivan was there. Ivan is in the stream right now. What's up, Ivan? Ivan and I were talking about our short trades yesterday. Ivan, I did get stopped out of my previous euro USD short for a profit. So I trailed my stop, took a profit there, and I was happy to do so. And I actually decided to jump back into it today. You might think I'm a little bit early. I'm not exactly sure how your entries work. You may actually say you might agree with this. I don't know. I just like the structure. I liked the overall downtrend, and I liked that jump to the upside here this morning as a potential sell. Why, says Ivan. Ivan and I are like we're like friends that go back and forth on things as well. So sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. I knew Ivan wasn't going to like my re-entry here, but I like it. It meets my criteria. So I agree, but stop loss already. That's early. Well, Ivan, remember, so the stop loss that I had initially, so I shorted here, right? You can see my my broker. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So here was where I took the initial trade, right? So I took the trade there. My stop loss initially was like up here, right? So price chopped around, went all over the place, finally dropped. And then my idea was, okay, once this big drop happened, right? I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to take my risk off the table, moved my stop loss to break even, right? Then we had more drop here. And on this move here, I said, okay, I don't really want to see this thing come back up. So I moved my stop loss again. And in hindsight, I'm going to actually look kind of silly. So let's just be honest. So there was my break even. Then I moved it down to break or even into profit. So I actually locked in a pretty good, like it was still a good gain, but look at this. I ended up getting stopped on this spike here today, which I understand looks kind of silly. You can see there's the order. So what it does is anytime you exit a trade or enter a trade, you get a little signal from my broker Oanda. But yeah, so I ended up just jumping back in because I decided I liked the rejection at that area enough to stay in the trade. So I actually don't think it's really not like I even exited the trade at all, to be completely honest, because I took the trade here, closed out here, or actually no, sorry, took the trade here, closed out right here, and decided to enter back here. So it's not perfect play, but I still like the trade enough to stay with it. After I looked at it this morning and I said, okay, well, I still like everything about this Euro USD short, so I'm willing to jump back in. So that's where I'm at with the trade. I kept the position size small, so it's not like I'm going to get smoked if it goes against me. If anything, I'd actually be down to try again at another level if I had to. So we'll see. We'll see. Entry is good. Yeah, the entry was amazing, right? The first one was really good. It was a little early, but it was good nonetheless. Maybe my stop loss was a little tight, truthfully. But my idea was this. I said, okay, well, price, of course, I'm in hindsight, right? Hindsight is a dangerous territory because you can always say, oh, I should have done this or I would have done this. But what I did is, okay, price dropped really hard. And then I said, okay, I'll move my stop loss up to this point here because once we dropped again, right? I said, I don't really, if price comes up to there, then we're really choppy and maybe I don't want to be in the trade anymore. So I just had my order out there. Of course, the price just tagged it and came back down. That's the way markets go. Who are we kidding, right? But I did decide to re-enter because I still like the trade a lot. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right about it or not. Yeah, so we'll keep going. I looked at the pound dollar. Let's look at gold here for a second, just because it's in the title and everyone is probably waiting on it, or a lot of people probably are. For my gold traders out there, let's see what we can figure out with gold. Is gold a buy? Is gold a sell? Well, let's think. Let's think for a segundo. I like gold. Trying back to 1830. I think that is possibly going to happen. I'm not personally going to go take a trades though. I still think that, although gold is making its move, right? It's doing a big push and a retracement. It's likely, in my mind, probably going to retest 1830. I just don't love that trade as much as I love some of the other ones out there. I really want to short the yen. I really want to short the Swiss franc. And I want to short the euro. So I just have other trades that I'm more interested in, but I think that gold may be trying to make a stab up to this 1830 mark. But part of the reason that I'm not interested in shorting gold or going long on gold is because I am biased to the upside on the dollar, right? So if I'm thinking about being bullish on the dollar, right, then why would I want to buy gold as well, right? You see, it's kind of like a conflicting situation where you're buying both sides of it. That's why I say, there's trades out there where I want to be trading other things like USD yen, USD Swiss franc, Euro USD. I have more of a bias there. So for the traders out there who are watching gold, I will say it does look like it's marching higher, and it does look like it very well could make a stab up to 1830, maybe in the next, I don't know, couple weeks. We'll see. We will see. But again, every dip seems to be met with pretty good buying. So what do you guys think? I want to get a check from you guys. Do you think gold is bullish? Do you think gold is bearish? Drop your comment there. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. I'm on a buy right now with Euro USD and pound dollar. Well, hey, William, as long as you have a strategy and a reasoning behind it, I'm not here to judge. We may disagree on different things, right? You may be day trading, I may be swing trading. Maybe we just straight up disagree, and that's fine too, right? There's nothing to say that, one person is just absolutely right all the time. I don't know, trading, the world of trading, like if you go on social media and stuff, I had to actually recently unfollow. I'm not naming names because I don't like to do that, but there are some traders out there that are just too full of themselves. Like even if they're profitable traders, there's something that really bugs me about like being that guy that's like, why would you sell here? Why would you buy here? Right? You should have done this. You could have done this. Because I know like how tough trading is. Like, let's be real. Trading is difficult. It is not easy. And being that guy that's like, oh, so full of themselves, right? Up in arms all the time is just not cool. Like, I don't know. Do you guys know what I mean? Does anybody like feel that? Like I've had to unfollow a couple accounts that are just like so full of themselves with trading. And I'm just like, man, I can't deal. You know what I mean? Does anybody know what I mean? Like, again, there are some amazing content creators out there, like my friend Ivan, who I've met, and you know, a lot of the people, Ryan here, my friend Patrick inside of the group, Joe Barreca. I've made so many great trading friends through doing this stuff. By the way, if nothing else, you guys, real quick thing. If you are looking for trading friends, I'm telling you what, making trading friends is awesome. Like I have friends in Switzerland. I think Ivan is in Kenya now. I have a friend in Dubai, Ryan. I have a friend in Germany, Patrick. I have people in the US, like my friend Frank, who grew up with me here in the States. Trading friends are awesome. And I would love to do some get together someday if it wasn't so freaking hard to travel across the world with so many people. But you know, I don't know. True, they always judge other people's trades. I'm interested. If you guys are looking for more trading friends, join the group. I'm telling you, it's the best way to meet real traders. Like none of that stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? Denise says, yes, there's a couple I had to unfollow, but I don't follow very many. I don't know. Like I'm telling you, there are some. If you see somebody on the A1 Trading Network consistently, the reason that they are there is because we asked people who we think are worthy of showing up. And what you'll notice is that we're not the most famous traders, right? And that's fine. Like fame or trying to be like the most hot shot trader with the most cars and all that stuff, it's just not. It's not the real deal, man. I'm telling you, like the traders that I know, they're all humble, modest people. They're kind people. Like the people that we have on the streams, they're all nice people, and that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to bring serious traders together. If you are hanging out in these live streams, if you're in our Discord, if you're chatting with other traders and you're meeting traders and you're in this stuff for the long term, like if you see yourself trading in 5 years, join the community and meet some traders. Because I'm telling you, this journey is long. Let's do it together. Like I said, I've met so many cool traders inside of the chat rooms, inside of our live streams and content, and people that we've hired for the Discord. It's really cool. And I'm absolutely blessed to be able to do what we do here today. So thank you for showing up. Sorry for the rant. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited for what we have to do in front of us. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. You got your Instagram back? I did. And I've been using that. As soon as I got my account back, I just went on a streak of making really silly memes. So you may not want to follow me unless you want some kind of cringy trading meme content. Anyways, yeah. So let's do another one. Let's take a look at dollar yen. Dollar yen here. Ooh, this is kind of pulling back today, isn't it? This is kind of interesting. I do like the idea of buying dollar yen. Is it coming into that 38.2 yet? Almost, not quite. I'm watching this, you guys. Let's do this. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to add an alert. I'm going to set this alert to send me a message. That would be cool. I'd like to get a message from, I'll get a phone call from dollar yen. Hey, this is dollar yen. It's time to look at me. Yeah. Why is the Discord invite invalid? Yo, is the Discord invite invalid, you guys? It's the pinned message in the chat box right now. Is that link not working for you? Nick, do you ever trade stocks? I do. I mostly invest in stocks, though. I trade more actively on indices, commodities, and Forex. Anyone from the Netherlands? I need trading friends. We've got people from all over inside of the Discord. Greenville, are you in the private group? If you are, hit me up. We should do something where we like find ways to introduce people who are from the same countries to each other. That would be really cool. Like if we could be like, hey, anybody from Southeast US or Western Europe or something like that. Like that'd be cool. Link in the chat isn't working. It is working. Okay, now you guys are just confusing. One person says, Calvin says it's working. Nanny says the link in the chat is not working. My sell on euro is booming. Well, it hasn't moved yet. This one did, but I closed out of that one. The one from if you're talking about the one from yesterday, I sold around here and I covered this morning, and I actually just decided to re-enter. So it's a little bit of a redundance, but it's okay. Portugal, Singapore, South Korea. Cool. Nice to see you guys. So yeah, I like dollar yen. So dollar yen, I just made a notification to myself for that 38.2 level because I would like to see, I'd like to reevaluate it at that point. Maybe we're there by the end of the day. We'll have to keep tabs on it. We'll have to break out of the yesterday's low in order to get there, right? You've got yesterday's low kind of there, but if we can break a little bit further, I may look at that. I may look a little bit more serious at dollar yen pullbacks to that 38.2. Yeah. My best friend just is a straight up gambler in Forex, refusing to spend time to learn TA, FA, and SA. I'm just going to keep being silent and trade alone. I don't know, if you like to trade alone, do your thing. Like, I'm not going to tell you can't trade alone, but I will tell you it's so much better to trade with like-minded people. I would say it's better to trade alone if all you have around you is like really, really not good, like gamblers and people who are not serious about this stuff. But I'm telling you, once you like start surrounding yourself with serious traders who are not about like judgment or like, oh, you got to trade like me. No, they're just like exchanging ideas and genuinely, nice people. That is the best. It's just the best. Because I'll take a short or I'll take a long, and some people would be like, hey, Nick, I agree with you for this reason. Or like, Nick, you may want to consider this, or Nick, I just saw this article. What's your thoughts? Right. And that's the whole point of having a community, right? Really, that's why my service is not just like a signal service. Like, I'm not here to just be like, oh, buy my trades or follow my trades and you'll be a wealthy person. Because the reality is that's not how trading works, right? Copying signals is a really dangerous losing approach. But on top of that, having a community, and I'm not talking about a random, Telegram chat with like a million people in it just spamming it, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a genuine place for community to happen, for moderators to come together and keep it organized. That's what we're striving for. And that's what I think is the most value that you could possibly get in terms of service. But look at this, man. Dollar yen really coming down hard here. Yeah, that looks interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on that, you guys. If I take any trades, you'll see them in the Discord. Those of you who are members, be on the lookout for that because I'm going to be watching dollar yen. I like that possibly at 38.2, but I'll have to reconsider once I have, I have some other trades that I'm looking at personally today that I may decide to take trades on. So I'm just going to prioritize the ones that I like best after the stream. I'll go take some time to just figure those out. And, yeah, if you're in the Discord, stay tuned. I'll be publishing my thoughts there as soon as I can. So thank you guys very much for being here today. That's going to wrap it up for me. This has been a really awesome stream. I know I kind of went off the rails and ranted a little bit, but I hope you got something out of it. Thanks for being here with me. You guys are the absolute best. Appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit that like button. And guys, we will see you back next time. What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for making it to the end of today's stream. It really does go way more than you know towards supporting this content and our team here behind the scenes that makes all of this content possible. Before you go, I want to invite you to join our free Telegram and our free Discord, which will both be linked down below in the description. We share trading ideas, we share tips and tricks, broker recommendations, things that may be helpful to you in your trading career. And again, it's completely free. So down below in the description, click those links, join us there, and we'll see you in the next stream.